Greetings and welcome to another installment of Dev Nuggets. I'm G. Andrew Duthie, and in today's Dev Nugget, I'm going to show you how you can very quickly and easily consume an RSS feed within an ASP.NET 2.0 web form using the XML data source control and a little bit of formatting. So we're going to start out by a little explanation. Right here what we're looking at is my weblog, which is on blogs.msdn.com/gduthie. I blog about ASP.NET 2.0, Visual Studio 2005, security, and a variety of other topics. In the corner here we've got a link for RSS 2.0. If I click that, what we'll see is a bunch of XML. RSS, which is short for Really Simple Syndication, is basically an XML data format for syndicating information such as weblogs in a format that can be read by RSS readers, that can be read by a variety of different applications such that it's very easy to consume. So we go back here. Basically the idea is that rather than going to my weblog URL, someone can consume multiple RSS feeds and make it much easier to track a variety of information from a variety of sources. The other thing that's neat about RSS is that it makes it very easy for me to, for example, for a site that I maintain, such as this one, which is called Mid-Atlantic Code Camp or madcodecamp.com, among the things that I've added here is a link for my blog. And what I've done within that link is I've used the code that I'm going to show you to mirror the post from my weblog to this website. So visitors to this site don't have to go to my weblog address separately. They can simply view the blog posts here as they're posted, and the website will automatically be updated as I post new items. So now let's take a look at some code. So I'm going to go into Visual Studio 2005. I've got a file system website set up and a default page added automatically. So what I want to do here is I want to add the XML data source control and the necessary controls to format the posts that I'm going to supply on this page. Now, I could type all that code out, and it's actually not a whole lot of code. It's probably about 15 lines of markup, but I'm a really bad typist, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and use code snippets. Code snippets are a feature of Visual Studio 2005, and there's actually a screencast of code snippets on the Channel 9 site. And what code snippets do is they provide an XML-based format for frequently used code. So in this case, the limitation that we have is that code snippets aren't actually directly supported for ASP.NET markup. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to close this file. I'm going to right-click my default.aspx and select Open With, and I'm going to open it with the XML editor. What that allows me to do is I can now use XML code snippets, such as one that I've pre-prepared, within this file. So I'm going to right-click within the file. I'm going to select Insert Snippet. I'm going to click the expansion, and I'm going to double-click my XML snippets, and I have one here called the Blog Viewer Snippet. I'll double-click this, and it adds the necessary code to my page. Pretty straightforward. One limitation of the XML editor is it doesn't provide for IntelliSense code completion of ASP.NET markup. So I'll go ahead and save this to save the code that I just pasted in. I'll close it, and then I'm going to double-click to open it up in the normal ASP.NET editor, and now I've got my IntelliSense back. Okay, so it's a little cheat. Now, one important thing about that cheat, it's a little bit of a hack. The downside to that hack is that it's not fully supported. So if it doesn't work for you, I apologize. It works for me most of the time. It's worth giving it a shot since it does provide support for snippets within ASP.NET. All right, so here's the code that I pasted in via my snippet. Let's parse that code out and we'll figure out what it's doing. I've added an XML data source control. It's got a data file property that's set to the URL for my RSS feed. Okay, so this is just consuming live RSS over the web. And then the other important property is the XPath property, which provides an XPath expression that tells the control what to pull out. So in this case, I'm pulling out the items and all of the properties that are associated with those. Then I can also use XPath within other controls. So I've got an ASP.NET hyperlink control, and I'm getting the text of that control from the XPath title. I'm getting the navigate URL from the XPath link expression, and then I'm going to get the text from the description, and I'll get the publish date from the pub date XPath expression. And so basically what that's going to look like roughly, if I look at design view, this will roughly look like this, only populated with data. So we'll go ahead and let's save that page. So we'll go ahead and save it. And now we'll go into Solution Explorer. We'll right click, select View in Browser, And this will take advantage of our built-in local-only web server. And so what I've done is I've gone out and read that RSS feed out and displayed it on the page. So now this is in readable form rather than XML. Pretty simple and straightforward. And changing the formatting of this is pretty straightforward as well. So, for example, this is displaying in blue. Let's say I wanted to display that in red. We can go back here to my data list control, and I can edit the templates for this. And in this case, I've only got the item template defined. So I've got my item template, and you can see that my brackets down here, which aren't filled with data currently, are showing up in blue. Let's say we wanted to change that to red. So let's go ahead and change that to red. We'll click OK. We'll save our page. Now if we Alt-Tab back to the page and refresh it, we'll see that we've changed that to red. So I can very quickly and easily change what the formatting of my page looks like. So that's a quick example of consuming RSS in ASP.NET 2.0 using the XML data source control and a data bound control. Thanks for your time today, and look for your next Dev Nugget coming soon.